Hey, what's up, C-Maniac Nation? C-Man here to apologize. The audio on this upcoming video is not ideal. Somehow my Samsung got knocked out of being the main microphone, and I think the computer and the Streamlabs system I was in picked up my pod audio instead. So to me, everything was just bouncing like it normally does. And then when I pushed play on the records, I was like, ooh, that doesn't sound very good. So apologies up front. Not the best audio, but still good enough where I didn't have to not post the videos. So let's throw it back to a poorly audioed past C-Man for this trailer reaction. Take it away, past C-Man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the C-Man, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, reaching the end of my staycation, where I for sure wish I had been a little bit more productive on the video side here, because that was definitely one of my goals this staycation, but ended up spending a lot of time with friends and family and doing different things and just bopping all over the place. And the last couple of days, I've just been in like a chill mode. Sometimes when you take vacation, you do need to chill. But I built the last day to kind of focus on some trailers and any other records I needed to get going. And of course, we got some news yesterday that a big ass trailer was on its way today. So I got up, I was stoked, I had a different shirt on, and then realized at 9 o'clock when it didn't drop that it would probably be a noon drop for us East Coasters, a 9 a drop for the West Coast. And that was a little bit of a bummer, but I've got a nice little list of things to check out, and then lo and behold, here comes Mr. Kevin Feige out of left field with a drop at 9 a.m. on the same day that we are supposed to get a trailer for Superman. I love and hate sometimes the way that Feige likes to just kind of one up or step on DC. Like give him some space, man. Like y'all dominated comic book movies in that space for like a decade. And yes, I think trying to one up on DC sometimes has bit Kevin Feige. I don't think we would be in this multiverse world that we're in if he wasn't trying to get a one up on DC when they were approaching a multiverse, not knowing that it would collapse their universe and birth a new one. Ironic, I know. But Feige has had ways of just taking little digs, and he loves to step on DC, and he's done it again on today with a trailer that dropped at 9 while we patiently wait for that Superman trailer. What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We're getting ready to take a look at the official trailer for the Disney Plus Marvel series Ironheart. And yeah, this was not something that was on my radar for today. So fun little surprise. Thanks, Kev. But it is certainly a series that I'm excited about. And for a while, I thought maybe we were never going to get here. And, it's not because I'm the biggest Riri Williams fan on the planet, but I did like her introduction in Wakanda Forever. I love the fact that Ryan Coogler was attached to executive produce this show and kind of help structure and build out, a character that he started. And considering what we've just recently gotten from Ryan Coogler, anything this dude touches, I am excited for. But I also do dig the character of Riri Williams, right? She kind of steps into that Iron Man role as someone who builds iron suits of armor and is an absolute genius. And if you need something in a pinch, Riri can kind of figure that stuff out. And while personally, I think it would have been cooler to bring RDJ back to build up Riri Williams as they did in the comics, right? Using a holographic AI subconscious version of Stark that Riri finds that then kind of becomes someone that helps her in doing what she does. It would have given a boost to the show or to any properties that she was in if that was the case. But it looks like instead we're going to get a Tony Stark variant. That would be my guess for Doctor Doom leading into Doomsday. So maybe post Doomsday, if good old RDJ wants to stick around, maybe we get that holographic Tony Stark that pops up for Riri. But I'm also kind of stoked that she gets to stand on her own, right? There's going to be tons of comparisons to Iron Man. So without actually having him in there, I think it'll be fun to see her kind of get herself going. And it would seem that we are back in New York after her stint in Wakanda. And the enemy at hand for this show will be Anthony Ramos as the Hood, which kind of brings in a little bit of the mystical elements of the MCU, which I kind of always dig playing around with. And considering things that are going on in the mystical world, it'll be interesting to see how they play with that inside the context of the show. But I'm pumped for Dominique Thorne. I'm pumped for Anthony Ramos. And I'm pumped to see what we're getting with Ironheart. So let's not waste any more time, right? Why talk about what we might be seeing or what we could be getting one day down the road? We can just look at exactly what we have. So let's get the trailer up for you. I've got it in front of me, and let's take a look at what we are getting with the official trailer for Marvel Television's Ironheart. Executive producer Ryan Coogler, hottest name in Hollywood. Director of Black Panther. Okay, they went with a different route. I like the hottest name in Hollywood. So excited for Dominique Thorne. I feel like we've been waiting a very long time to get here.
For real?
Oh, what is going on here? And what is... Oh.
In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no longer be breathable.
Oh. We got like a saw trap?
You can't die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you find a gas mask. Good luck.
What are you up to, Hood?
Screw this.
I love this though, as like our intro to the show is like Riri figuring out how to do things on her own. Freaking genius.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you in or out?
Oh. All right, Ramos, what are we up to?
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Yeah, baby.
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want to build something undeniable. Something iconic. It's a brand new...
Interesting that we're gonna have Parker kind of be a
help you carry out your
friend to her.
But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Let's go.
Riri.
Ooh, I kind of like
A
that.
hell of a
Like
lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
putting her on a pivot. It's like good or bad. Yes, let's go, man.
You know nothing about this man.
Yep, there's the mystical elements.
Or in jail.
This is so much bigger than that.
This looks gritty, man. Yo, okay, okay. I tell you, like,
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady.
hey, Alden.
Have that on the wall.
Live, laugh, love.
A crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Our young Han Solo getting a little love and for Ironheart. Look, man, that was cool. You know, I think it definitely feels like they're saving some stuff. You know, because I didn't feel like we got any like big moment in the trailer other than her like doing that cool kind of like the suit comes on, she does a little flip, a little landing, and then like hitting the truck. Like that was dope. But I love where you can like feel Ryan Coogler, right? Like he's not directing here. He's not necessarily the showrunner. He's your EP. So kind of the guy up top doing all the like the music. The music in that trailer just screams Ryan Coogler, like those vibes. And that's where it's like having him shepherd this, I think, is a really cool idea. We've seen like things leading up to, I guess, this trailer drop. I was browsing Marvel before, but like we've had Ryan talking about the character and getting the show to where it needs to be. I love that you can feel his presence. I think he's a really good collaborator, and to see him in the EP seat, like we've seen it before with Creed 2, with Creed 3. We've seen him kind of step back into those producing roles and really have influence, but give, you know, the people who are doing the creating room to shine. And I feel like you feel that here in the trailer. That being said, I do think it's kind of interesting to see Parker, aka the Hood, kind of being friends with Riri and helping Riri out. One of those like corrupt from within type scenarios. So it'd be interesting to see what his ultimate motivation is for getting close to Riri. But I love that like her friend notes like you don't know anything about this guy. Meanwhile, you got all sorts of demonic things attached to him, man, because he's got a demon attached to him. So like I think that's an interesting end to kind of have the two like team up, and I love that like you start the trailer with Riri just coming home, it would seem, and all of a sudden getting kind of put into an almost like Saw-like trap. And what do we get? Instead of her doing what's being asked of her to do with whatever is going on with this gas machine, she's like, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna figure out a different way to get out of here and do it on my own. And I really dig that we get to see her kind of buck against, whether it's like, I'm not going to listen to whoever this potential bad guy is to do whatever. I'm going to kind of stand on my own laurels, figure things out myself, and get out of here. Which clearly, by the response that you get from Anthony Ramos when she opens up the door here, where it's like, I heard Riri Williams was a genius. Like, you could almost expect that like he figured she wouldn't do what was being asked, but find a different way. Seeing how her brain works, I think, is a really cool way to start the trailer, and is a cool into really introducing the character in a full way. From that point on, though, not really sure what he is about or getting into. But I do like that you get to see like a little bit of like the hood stuff. He's got some badass friends, but yeah, like the invisibility factor. I love seeing that. And then there's that shot of where her friend is like, you don't know who this guy is, or
a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I can chew a lot.
I can chew a lot.
Nothing about this man.
Right? You don't know anything about this guy. I'm like, look what's going on with his back. We got some magic-y, mystical things happening here. So I hope like just that visual is like the tip of the iceberg into the dark places that you could go in this series. Like I hope you don't lean away from that stuff. Like really lean into whatever the hood is bringing, and like I said, hopefully creating an interesting bond, but like antagonistical relationship with Riri. And then yeah, like I said, you don't get a ton of stuff that she's doing, but these shots here where she's
This is so much bigger than that.
and then I love the suit catching up to her, flipping superhero land, and then bam. Like it's cool to see the Iron Man type cinematic things at play. But I hope the show stays grounded. I hope it stays character focused. That really, I think, led to a lot of success for the Thunderbolts, and leads to a lot of success for Marvel in general. So like, yes, we're playing with some mystical stuff. Yes, we're playing with high-end technology, but if you can keep this kind of grounded, a little gritty, which I was definitely feeling in the trailer, I think Ironheart could be a big W for Marvel. Of course, they got to prove it to me. I tend to struggle a little bit with the Marvel TV stuff if it's not like Loki, like attached to Loki or attached to Wanda, right? Which would include Agatha and all that stuff. Like they've had moments that have been really solid, but I need to see it. And hopefully, like I said, having Ryan Coogler involved and kind of being the person who is building this world, pays off, because I think he is one of the best in the business, and having him involved in any manner, I think, should elevate the show. But hopefully we get to see some cool stuff for Riri. There was a few cool things in that trailer, so I'm certainly excited to see where we go and what is next for Riri, and where the show goes, and how it will tie into whatever is being built post Doomsday, right? Like we are on a very clear path to Doomsday and then Secret Wars. So it'll be interesting to see if this show kind of feels like a standalone, or if it does eventually start to tie into maybe some Young Avengers things, which would be really cool. But yeah, not a bad trailer. I don't think it's gonna one up Superman if James Gunn is doing his job, but we got it first. I dig it. I think it looks cool. It's nice to kind of go back to that part of the MCU where you have like someone who is a tech genius doing tech genius things. So I'm excited for Riri. I'm excited for Dominique Thorne to take the role on, and hopefully Ironheart is a winner for Marvel and for us. The question is, what are you thinking? Where do you guys land on Ironheart? Are you comic book Ironheart fans? Like I said, I know a little bit of Ironheart through passing, but not a character that I've ever really dived real deep into. So if you're feeling some comic booky things in this trailer, I would love to hear that. What things in the trailer pop out for you? What do you think about this idea of having someone like Parker start off as someone who's befriending Riri to whatever his ultimate endgame might be as the Hood? What kind of fun are we going to get in the action? Do you like any of the humor beats that were in there, right? You got Aaron Aldenreich right at the end with a little bit like, I got to live, laugh, love, glowy sign. What do you mean, weird secret bunker? Right above a bunch of missiles. So, how do you think those things are meshing? Can you feel Ryan Coogler's influence here if you don't know anything about Ironheart or Riri Williams? Other than what we got in Wakanda Forever, does this trailer get you excited for this television series? Anything you got, good, bad, indifferent, on the official trailer for Ironheart? Put it down below in the comment section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime. We're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions. You want to be here as we approach Ironheart or Fantastic Four or Doomsday or anything going on in the world of Marvel. You just dig the general vibe. You maybe want to see what I got going on with the Superman trailer. You want to show a little love and support. Come join C-Maniac Nation. Super easy. Jump over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man Cinema Sit Down. I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off.
C-Maniac Nation, you look nervous. Is it the scars? Would you like to know where I got them? No? Well, then maybe you'd like to see another video with the C-Man. How about up here or over here? And if you really dig the C-Man, well, then show him a little love right over there.